We are back. That's right. We are back to the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. I am Dr. B. Welcome back. This is show number 70. That's right. Show number 70. Excuse me. And it's entitled Developing Solutions to Improve Race Relations. Excuse me. Oh, my Lord. It's a long day. It's December 1st, 2020. And yes, this is show number 70. Developing Solutions to Improve Race Relations. It's been a long day, but I had to do this show because it's December 1st. And it's coming to the end of the semester for my Race and Ethnic Relations class. And I'm so pleased, I just have to tell you this, so pleased in the types of end of the semester presentations that are being sent in from my students. And that's the reason why it's so important to end your class, in this class, in all classes, on a positive note. And that's the reason why developing solutions to improve race relations is so important to me and hopefully to my students, because they are stepping up after a long semester of serious and fun race and ethnic relations issues, the presentations, the end of the semester, and really what I want to share, finish off 2022 is having the entire audience think about developing solutions to improve race relations in our country, in the world. So that's the big setup. Oh my gosh. I want to thank all our sponsors. I want to thank Podbean. I want to thank Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Audible. I want to thank each and iHeartRadio, and yes, Samsung Podcast, and again, all our platforms for featuring our Race and Ethnic Relations show, and this is show number 70. We continue. And it is so important to continue this dialogue on race and ethnic relations, because you don't realize, I don't realize sometimes the importance of this show and who it touches, the messages. It's getting out there on all different platforms, and it's so important to keep it moving forward. Am I going to go down this? Moving forward, because, let me just be real. It's, Dr. B, I've been pulled in a lot of different directions. It's so busy by the end of the semester. You got so many tasks and things to complete for just being in this position. And you want to make sure you complete it on time. I'm a very scheduled person. I want to make sure people complete their task. And you got to make sure the students stay on schedule. You push them a little bit more towards the end. They get the message, and you treat everyone the same. And that's how you complete, at least how I have completed. Teaching these courses for over 40-some years. And it's refreshing when you come to the end of a semester and see things come together with your students. It's so rewarding. And that's the reason why I entitled this show, Developing Solutions to Improve Race Relations. I can see the growth, the development, the new awareness, the new motivation, the impact of everything that I lectured about in this class, everything that we talked about in our discussion boards, the fun things that we had, exercises through the semester, the very tough tough questions, the debate issues that we talked about, and now it's coming together. And it's so important to keep all this dialogue moving forward, because you have the next generation of students who are fresh to new to these issues, no matter what their background, whether they're African American, whether they're Hispanic Latino, whether they Asian Pacific Islander, whether they Native American, American Indian, Asian again, indigenous, whether they're white Caucasian, whether they're multiracial, biracial. Every single person is new to a lot of these issues in some form or fashion. And of course, I'm getting so many new students from, other countries. It's so refreshing. And so now it's time to put things together with everything that is going on in our society to slow it down. Because let me just say, today's students are just pulled in so many different directions as well, with social media, with technology, and just all the other venues of not entertainment but absorbing information. There's so many platforms out there, and then trying to concentrate on your studies. It takes extra effort. And I commend my students for doing that. And I always surprise them in a very in a unique way towards the end of the semester, and I reward them in different ways to have fun, but also get them to slow down and think about their place in this society, their place in on campus, at the university, their place in their family, their place as individuals, their place in that they can make a change. That is the theme of this particular podcast show number 70. I would truly like, and I know that each and every listener out there can be a change agent to improve race relations in your community, in your neighborhood, in your state, in your township, in your city, in your district, in this global world of ours. Everyone can be a change agent for the good. Yes, right, for the good. So that is the takeaway from really my class, but also this podcast show. And and I'm giving you I'm giving you the framework. Oh my God, yes, Dr. B is sharing some of my framework in which I empower students from my book, Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus, Understanding, Empowerment, and Solutions for College Students. But I'm giving you the framework for how each and every one of you listening right now, share it with your friend, share it with your family member, share it with a colleague. But here's the framework. I'm giving it right now, 9 minutes in. This is so important. And with everything that you see in the news, online, on TV, in different outlets, many times people don't think that they can make a difference. But you can. You can. And here's the framework. There's 4 different levels of how each and every one of you can be a change agent. 1, start off with individual strategies to improve yourself. That's right. 1. Individual strategies to improve yourself and improve others right in your environment, right around you, who live with you, who you socialize with in each and every day. Start at an individual level. Be positive each and every day. Find ways to improve your self-confidence each and every day. When you start improving yourself each and every day, you improve your immediate surroundings. You improve your network of folks. Your close friends, your partners, your spouses. So there is an individual strategy. Starting with yourself. Looking yourself in the mirror and being real with who you are. The way you are, the way you look physically. Coming to grips to who you are. That's tough for a lot of folks. That was tough for me, coming to grips with Dr. B when I was growing up. Looking in the mirror. Accepting myself of who I am. Accepting my identity, who I am. Once I made that switch to improve, to look at myself critically, and to not just accept myself, but to love myself. Love who I am. Love how I was raised by my parents. So start off with myself. Start off with yourself. That's the first step in improving race relations. Improve yourself one step at a time. Not try to change everything about, well, one step at a time to improve your self-confidence, to improve your motivation. To say, I'm going to do something to improve how people see me. Whether you're of whatever background. I'm an African American. Very proud African American. A deep brown colored African person of color. And short on stature as well. So I had to come to grips with that long time ago. Yes. It was tough for me as a kid. But once I accepted all of that, things started to completely change. I love being Eric Bailey, Dr. B. And then other people, yeah, you heard my name, Dr. B. E.B. And then I enjoy being around other folks who did not look like me. Yeah, who did not look like me. And I improved race relations just by that. Because I was, oh, Dr. B's going there. I'm going there. I was in predominantly, going to school, predominantly mainstream white public school system. So majority of my friends were white Caucasian kids. So that's how I adapted. That's how I adjusted. Improving race relations one at a time. But I couldn't do that until I accepted myself. So, number one, individual. Work individually, one-on-one with yourself, and then individually with others in your close network. 2, there's group strategies. That's right, group strategies. Join a group. A lot of times people say, I don't like groups. I don't like being... We're all placed in a group whether you like it or not. That's reality. It's okay. Accept it to varying degrees. You don't have to embrace it. But we all are in a group. And one of the things that so refreshing is that groups it helps me become a part of a greater cause. Not just myself, but a greater cause. Camaraderie, rapport, motivation, belonging to a group, purpose, reinforcement of my values when I belong to a group. And I would say, particularly here, my students, those who belong to a group, matter of fact, my students actually developed a new group to improve race relations here on campus. They did an outstanding job. They developed a special new student group. The purpose was to improve race relations. And they made themselves known on campus. They encouraged others to join their group to talk about and to have fun talking about race relations, breaking down the barriers, standing up for special causes. So, of course, when you know, when you're in a institution, organization, particularly in college, join a group. It helps you network for a common cause. That's how you start developing and challenging and improving race relations. Get in a group. It's so simple, but a lot of people don't want to take that step. And as they say, when you go to college, get in a group. Be selective in the groups that you truly connect with. Get in groups that supports who you are, that has a purpose similar to what you want to do while you're on campus. And even those who are not college students, get in support groups. There's support groups in every town, every city, every neighborhood, every district that will attempt to address issues of race and ethnic relations, to improve race and ethnic relations in your community. So there's group strategy. Then third, there's university or institutional strategies. There you go. University or institutional strategy. Whatever institution that you are affiliated with, whether it's at your job, whether it's at your company, whether it's a university or college, be the individual or individuals that encourages your institution to address some very serious issues that tend to get overlooked at your institution. I bring this up because many times institutions, colleges will say, we have different programs led by administrators that address serious race and ethnic relations. And let me just say this, many times those programs do not connect to the true student base and their concerns. When there are strategies that are led by people who belong to the institutions, who are led by college students, who are led by those who take full service, have to use full service of the institutions or a university, when it's led by them, it has much more of an impact as opposed to an administrator, usually a person older, not in the same age, not in the same generational cohort, trying to lead a cause. It just is not as effective. Unless that person is really connected to the student base or the employees, that's fine. But usually a program that is led by administrators of an institution or a company or a college or a university, they're not as effective. So again, encourage your institution, your company, to develop programs, and you take the lead. That's right. you take the lead in organizing the program, leading the program, encouraging other employees or college students affiliated with that institution or college to come along. Because there's so many resources that the university or the institution or the company, so many resources that they have available for you. So you're not out there alone. So encourage the university. Now let me say this. Yes, Dr. B was not always affiliated with academia. I was in the federal government for a few years, for 5 years, and I wanted the federal government, the institution that I worked for, to support. To support specific health programs, initiatives in a major way. And I can say this when I worked for NIH, and I got a bit frustrated when the institution was not supporting certain minority health initiatives. So I went to a town hall meeting. It's recorded. I'm documented. I went to it. I tell my kids this all the time. I went to the town hall meeting and I asked questions, and I also encouraged leadership to respond to the questions, but also to take the lead on providing more funds for a wide array of minority health and health disparity issues at the time. And again, sometimes just being that person who speaks up at a town hall meeting or a program led by the administrators, the leaders, but asking a serious, politically correct question and providing some input and potential direction to that institution leaders. And I was pleasantly surprised that they responded in a very positive way. Now, I could have sat there in the audience and not say anything, but at that time, and even now, I'm glad I spoke up. I'm glad I got in line and asked directly the leader of the institute, why can't we support these initiatives in a major way? Not in a minor way, in a major way. So that's strategy number 3. University or institutional strategies. And then 4, the 4th strategy in developing solutions to improve race relations, societal strategies. That is, get involved with society in a major way, outside your institution, outside your university. Volunteer, with all the with a selected number of nonprofit organizations that are out there doing their best each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, each and every year, trying to meet the needs of so many individuals who need a voice out there, who need resources, need a support system. Become involved with societal issues, societal programs. It's so rewarding when you step out of your institutions, your college. And let me just say, I felt, when I was a college student, I felt so concerned about the neighborhoods surrounding the colleges and universities that I attended, because many times the neighborhoods surrounding are not in the best situation, and you can see people struggling outside the campus. And I really felt that way when I was when I attended Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. Wayne State University is right downtown Detroit. And I felt very concerned that I needed to do something for the community. So for 4 straight years, not only did I do my studies and do my research at Wayne State University in Detroit, applied cultural medical anthropologist, I volunteered for Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, I volunteered and worked in the hypertension clinic for 4 straight years. And I still have my plaque after all these years, and so proud that I spent my extra hours. I really didn't have any extra hours, but I made my extra hours work for me in the community to stay in touch with the community and do my part for the community, for society. That was so important for me to give back each and every week. And it helped me connect with people of all walks of life, particularly in Detroit. This was from 1984 to 1988, living in Detroit, volunteering at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, Michigan. Loved it. Loved each and every moment of it. The people I met, the people who allowed me to be a volunteer, what I learned from the professionals working at Henry Ford Hospital, the patients that I interacted with, to learn about their lives, their families, their struggles. Wow. And that's when I knew I could be a change agent to improve race relations way back then. Because many times the reaction that I got from patients was really so positive. And you just don't realize the impact that you can have as a volunteer. At whatever age you are, whether you're in college, whether you're a young adult, whether you're a mature adult, whether you're a senior citizen. I'm a senior citizen now. And at that time, as a doctoral student, I wanted to give back. And you can see it. You can feel it. It was rewarding. And I always say, do it early in your life. Because you develop different types of skill set as a professional. You become compassionate for people of all walks of life. You improve race relations on a daily basis. You see things, you react to things so much differently. So I encourage everyone to take part, to volunteer with your organization, nonprofit organizations, some community-based organizations. Become community engaged. Not stay in your bubble. Protected bubble. Yes, COVID made us stay in our bubble. Stay isolated. Now it's time to get way out of that isolation. Protect yourself, but it's okay. Be that change agent. Become a part of society. You'll learn so much new cultural awareness, appreciation, humility, respect. These are the these are the attributes that many of my students are just learning for the first time. Yeah, they're just learning it. They're appreciating much more. And I've been encouraging them throughout the semester, pushing them a little bit more and more each and every week. And now I can see it in their final projects, in which they're developing their PowerPoint presentations using the framework that I just laid out the 4-level framework, and I can feel that positive energy from my students. Because now I would say 95% of the students, it's a large class, actually are embracing that they can be a change agent in the world now. So I encourage each and every one of you to be a change agent in 2022, 2023, and beyond. It's December 1st. And I encourage each and every one of you to be a change agent. Please email me and say, Dr. B, I'm going to be a change agent now and in the future. Email me at ejb678@gmail.com and tell me that you're going to be a change agent to improve race relations in your community, on your campus, in your network, at your job, at your institution, with your family members and friends. You're going to be a change agent to bring people of all walks of life to better understand each other, but to bring us together, not separated, constantly separated by all types of issues. It's too convenient to be separated. It's much more of a challenge to bring us all together. And I'm encouraging all my listeners right now. My nose is getting clogged up. It's late in the evening. It's December 1st. Excuse me. Yes, I had to blow my nose. Excuse me. This is real. I apologize. But this is so important that each and every one of you can be that change agent. So I'm encouraging each and every one of you to take a stand, do what you can, wherever you are, the best way you can, and say, Dr. B, I'm going to be a change agent, a positive change agent. Email me at ejb678@gmail.com and say, Dr. B, I'm going to be that change agent. I'm going to be that person to improve race relations in America, now, in the world, now, in my community, now. It's that simple. Not complicated. It's that simple. Again, we have too many things going on in our world today. And it starts off with simple steps, but it starts off with each and every one of us. So be that change agent. Encourage others to be that change agent. And you will be surprised how much of an impact you can have on people you know, and many times people you don't even know. It's that powerful. Again, be that change agent. Send me an email, ejb678@gmail.com, and tell me, Dr. B, I'm going to be that change agent. That's it. Thank you. My voice still is here, but I felt compelled to do this special show. Show number 70, Developing Solutions to Improve Race Relations. I want to thank our sponsors, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Audible, Samsung, and all our platforms. And again, to end this show and to end 2022, I strongly encourage everyone to be that change agent. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Be positive, folks. It's all good. Keep it real. We out.